Hi, my name is Aaliyah from Beachgreens Produce Delivery, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a massaged kale salad. In today's salad, I'm going to be using some Tuscan kale, sunflower seeds, dried fruit, onion, apple, and some olive oil and apple cider vinegar for the dressing. So to strip your greens, there's a really simple way to do it. You basically just take a hold of the end, peel the leaves back a little bit, and pull. And the stem should come right out. This is a lot simpler than cutting out the stem of every single piece of kale. And the stem tends to be a little bit woodier, tougher, and bitter as well. It's not necessarily something you'd want to eat in the salad. Stems are good for juicing. They contain a lot of enzymes, but for this particular salad, we're going to leave them out. So I'm just going to strip these leaves here and get on to making the rest of the salad. So I've stripped the leaves of kale from the stalks. I have my big pile of bunch of kale here. I'm going to cut it, or take it in half, just so it's easier to cut. What you want to do is make sure you have your fingers in a crab claw here so you don't cut your fingers. And just run through the kale to create thin strips. I've kind of aligned all the leaves so they're all facing the same direction. So I'm just going to get some thin strips here when I cut through them. And then after this, we will rinse them. So I've rinsed the kale off here in the sink, and I'm just going to let it drip dry there on a towel while I prep some other ingredients for my salad. I like to have different layers of flavor in the salad. A little bit of onion is a nice one. Use whatever you have on hand. If you have some scallions or some green onion, that will work as well. Today I have just a tiny bit of sweet onion that I'm going to put just a very small amount. You don't want it to overpower. I'm going to slice as thinly as I can into just little strips. I might not even use this whole thing. As much as I think I need. Tiny little half moons, as thin as you can. If you have a mandolin, that works really well too, to get really thin slices. So we'll have a little bit of onion for our kale salad. If you don't like raw onion, by all means leave it out. You can also do an onion powder, or a garlic powder works well. And then I have a couple of apples here. This is just going to add some nice sweetness, crunchiness, and a small bit of acid as well from the apple. So I'm just going to take the core out of the apple and slice into small chunks. It's really however you like to eat it. So I'm doing some small cubes, rustic, casual. No big deal at all. You can also use some other fruit that you have on hand. I happen to have these apples actually from my tree, but you can use any other seasonal fruit that you want. Pears would work well, stone fruit, peaches, nectarines, plums, anything just to provide a little bit of sweetness and juiciness as well. It also makes the salad a bit more palatable for younger people. My daughter, who's 4, likes the apples in the salad. She'll tolerate the kale, but her favorite part of the salad is definitely the sweet apples. So they're a nice addition. I wouldn't leave them out. I'm just going to finish chopping the apples here. And we'll be ready to go to assemble our salad. So now I'm going to put the kale that's been washed and sliced into a large bowl. And add the salt for the massaged part of this kale salad. I'll add anywhere from 3/4 of a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon of sea salt. I like to use sea salt, natural sea salt, for its mineral qualities and also for its flavor. So I have the salt in there, and I'm going to massage the kale, squeezing pretty hard for about a minute. You really want to get in there, and you will see the texture of the salad change dramatically. This is helping to break down the kale, make it a little bit more digestible, and I also think more palatable, as well as adding salt for flavor to the dish. So now I've massaged the kale for about 45 seconds to a minute. You can see how the texture and the color has changed quite a bit. The volume has decreased as well. You're going to add some apple that we chopped, a small bit of onion, as well, separating it as we stick it in there. I like to add some kind of nut or seed. I have some sunflower seeds here. They haven't been toasted or roasted or anything. You can put them in plain. This is my lazy version. You can toast them up if you like. You can add roasted salted sunflower seeds. That works as well. And I'm also going to do some cranberries as well. You can use dried cherries, dried mango, whatever you like, whatever you have on hand. And I'm just going to do a rough chop of them. So I've roughly chopped the dried cranberries that I'm using here. Sprinkle those in. And now for the dressing. Some olive oil. I'm not measuring this, but a simple dressing is 2 parts oil to 1 part vinegar, or some people like 3 parts oil to 1 part vinegar. It kind of just depends on your taste. If you found the kale to be a little bit bitter, sometimes people do, you can also add a little squeeze of honey to this as well to kind of take the bitterness edge off of the kale. It's a nice way to do it. So now I'm just going to toss my salad and taste as I go to make sure all the seasonings are right. And then we'll plate it up. Here we have the finished massaged kale salad. I've added a few more sunflower seeds on top there for garnish. This salad is really nice. It can hold up a day or 2 in the fridge, unlike a lettuce salad as well. So it can be great for leftovers. I really like the sweet, tart aspects of the salad. Delicious.